Look, you can see the rain.
One of its eyes is falling off. It's soaked. It's been a while since I made this kind of video, and I think I've lost the practice. But I just want to invite you to come with me throughout this whole week, because it's going to be a somewhat different week in my life. Look, there goes Ada. Poor thing, there she goes. I think this kind of video, there came a time when I needed to do it. I've been closed off for too long and needed to share things about myself with you again, not just the professional side. Not just with the test bikes that brands send me, but with my own concerns about my bikes. And things that have to do with the cycling world and things that have to do with the personal side. In this video, I want to talk to you about what is probably my favorite mountain bike and the process of modifications that I've started on it. But first, the star is going to be the Racer 1, the legendary Racer 1. Everything started with it. The oldest ones around here will surely remember the Racer 1, the bike that I've probably made the most modifications to ever. If you didn't know, underneath is a specialized stunt jumper frame, which is a hardtail. I think it's from about 2015. And well, it's not just about the paint, it's not just about getting rid of the front suspension. I've made 10,000 changes to it. And why did I bring it up? Well, basically to try to adapt as best as possible to this autumn that's coming upon us here in Girona. Last year was awful, with much more rain than in Benidorm, where I've lived for the past 7 years. And I found myself spending too much money on maintenance for my bikes, because going out in the mud all the time wasn't something I had anticipated. So let's say, what have I done to this bike?
I've decided that this will be my main bike during this rainy season because it requires the least possible maintenance.
No dropper post or suspension, just check the headset, pedals and occasionally brake pads, spending as little as possible after riding in frequent mud. And they completely cover the whole front wheel and the rear wheel. And with that, on days when it's not raining but the ground is still wet and muddy, you don't get home. Basically all dirty. And finally, I changed the pedals and installed the Cram Brothers. In the end, they have 4 sides you can clip into. And even if the cleats are clogged with mud, it's much easier to get your foot in there.
Why not say it? I love this beautiful bike. It has an awesome vibe.
And this whole thing about it not being a mountain bike, not being a gravel bike, not being anything except itself, well, I love that. Here's the question, are you the kind of people who stay at home and use the trainer when it rains, or do you go outside no matter what? Me, I don't even touch the trainer. Poison. It has to be the last resort. There would have to be a global virus for me to get on the trainer. As long as there are fenders, which I've also installed. They're called Speed Rocker, and I've installed them on the Barra gravel bike too. That way I've got autumn covered. And the best part is that they're universal. You can install them on almost any bike. I think I'm gonna take a shower.
On the move again. Because it's festival time in Girona, the teachers have taken the whole week off. And literally, we don't know what to do with the girl.
Here is the girl.
She is tremendously happy, because we're going to Benidorm. But as freelancers, we honestly don't know what to do with her.
Well, but if we can turn on the computer in Girona, we can turn it on in Benidorm, right? With a little bit of sunshine?
And look, the sunshine, a little sunshine, it just keeps raining. We're wearing wetsuits. My dream is to get into the sea. Well, I don't know, we'll see.
Well, but the forecast in Girona is rain all week.
Here you have the sunshine. Look.
Yeah.
Look, here you have the sunshine.
Look at the rain.
Oh my, I forgot the sunscreen.
The sunscreen? don't think we'll get burned. Anyway, we're heading south and excited about it.
Now, I'm recording this a few days later, now that we know what happened and how it's being handled. Honestly, editing those clips gives me goosebumps. Where the whole family is driving down the highway, happy, because just 2 hours before everything exploded, we were passing through there, through areas of the Autopista 7, the highway. Those just don't exist anymore. And I get this, I don't know, it gives me goosebumps to think that without realizing it, I put my family in danger. That we could have been in one of those cars that the flood swept away. Like, we also have many loved ones and lifelong friends living in that area. I've told you many times about Ruben Cuenca, my nutritionist, who lives there and is struggling like many others. Luckily, we haven't lost anyone we know, but they've lost cars, motorcycles, businesses, homes, and offices. An entire future gone in an instant. And well, in these situations, you try to help in whatever way you can, in the way you know, in the way you understand is best. Many people are donating through Caritas, the Red Cross, and other organizations. But in this case, a couple of friends we have there, Laura and David, asked us, please, if we could do donations sent directly to Lampa from the Children's School of Carla and Hugo, my daughter's friends and playmates, every summer in Montanejos. Because literally their school has been destroyed, it has disappeared. So, well, I'm going to try to help out over there. If you also have the possibility to make a contribution, if you want to, if you can, then it would be very welcome, because it will reach people we have a strong bond with. And well, we're going to try as much as possible with the remaining video, so it appears nothing happened and we can continue making the entertainment you want. In this video, sorry if I have to cut in here. But I think this kind of format should also allow us to talk about more personal things, not just about bicycles. This is universal and affects everyone, whether we're from Valencia or not. And well, we all feel really bad about what happened. But we're going to keep moving forward with life. We're going to try to move on, and that too in some way will help us get back to normal. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey there, what's up, man? How's it going? How are you guys? How's everything? All good or what? Well, I expected it to be better, you know? I still remember going down and everything. He's my mechanic.
I think you put too much air in it. The base is overwhelming.
Killing a mountain biker is serious, man. Damn how he laughs.
Oh, what madness.
This is destroyed, isn't it? Bastard, move.
Welcome to Benidorm. This is the Super Caliber Generation 1 bike I wanted to share with you. It's completely stolen my heart.
That's true. I admit that I've thought about selling it secondhand at some point, especially seeing the advances in new generation bikes.
But wow, riding this thing is something different because it has that feeling of being super close to the ground.
That has been completely lost in the new 120mm generation. It's true that the new generation is better overall, but in that specific aspect, I haven't come across anything that surpasses this beast yet.
This doesn't mean I won't be making modifications to it. Yes, as you know, I'm always into changes, experimenting, and exploring new things.
and this bicycle is going to undergo some major significant modifications in the coming weeks. But for now, we've completed the first chapter, let's put it that way. 3 quick modifications between Estefano and me. We worked in the workshop before coming to Benidorm, bam, bam, bam. And I'll explain to you. We're talking about 30 millimeters of internal width, of course we're talking about carbon. And it's not just the rim, but the construction of the hubs is 100% Biokuo. The mechanism of the rear hub is still from T-Swiss. But let's say that in some way Orbea Okuo closes the circle with this topic. I'll do a long distance test, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 kilometers or however many it takes. And in a few weeks, I'll tell you here how it's going. On the other hand, I've put on these tires, the Python Race from Hutchinson. I requested these myself. They didn't send them to me to test, I asked to test them. Ever since they came out this summer, they've seemed like a really interesting tire to me. In 2.40 with a fast rolling tread and plenty of volume. Well, at the end of this video, I'll tell you all the pros, all the cons, and all the surprises I'm experiencing with this tire. And finally, I want you to take a look at this cassette. It's a Shimano XTR. We're talking about a cassette that I have installed with everything. A wireless SRAM system with the SRAM chain, and yet the XTR cassette fits perfectly. Brands like Shimano, SRAM, and bike companies aren't going to tell you this. You can make these combinations based on the product. This one is compatible SRAM chain in derailleur with Shimano cassette. And I'm telling you, there's no problem at all. No issues with installation, adjustment, or shifting while riding. Nothing at all, I mean it works perfectly. So that's it, let's keep riding. Nice to meet you.
Morning, Daniel. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Here we go. To the same trail as you guys, I think.
We're going to enter here, right? Should I go in or are you guys going in?
Damn, Miguel. The tire just blew out. On the first one, huh? Yet I think it was a hard hit, but luckily you didn't take pressure off the rear, huh?
You just can't go with low pressure here. Huh? Don't record me.
How's the camera up there? Is it good?
Come on, look at him, look at him. Does he want to be a YouTuber too?
A YouTuber? Don't get into this, it's very demanding. That's my advice.
And we have the same name.
Oh, really? Not many of us left. And it's cool because I just came from Girona, which is all about gravel. There's the new gravel movement, which is really good. It's really cool. But I came here and found myself
The mountain biker scene too.
It has its own vibe. Alright, enjoy. The slope isn't visible on the screen. The cameras now provide a better sense of speed, but the slope still needs improvement.
Oh my god.
I had already forgotten to see the rock gardens. There you go.
Dude, your friend, you've lost him.
No, what happened is that he dropped his phone and I'm sure he went back to look for it.
We haven't seen him?
No, but we passed by and he wasn't there.
Please send me Pars's WhatsApp number, please.
Miguel, I've never seen this many people on the trail. Nino Shorter popularized this in the World Cup. Honestly, I think they still haven't managed to find the perfect tire yet, in my opinion, because I've tried all kinds of brands in this 2.4. And honestly, if you're looking for a tire with a lot of tread, you get really good grip, but it slows you down a lot because of how wide it is. And if you're looking for what the professionals are looking for,
which is a very central, very low, very small, very continuous tread, so that it rolls really well.
It's hard to find a tire that has good grip, especially in less than perfect surface conditions. And I have to say that this Python race has surprised me. I found a few things that didn't quite add up, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But it surprised me, because despite having these tiny knobs in the center and looking like such a rolling tire, in situations that I consider outside its comfort zone, like wet terrain on hard ground that doesn't break down, let's put it that way, the truth is that the grip was still very, very good. It caught me. The big storm caught me. Big surprise with the catchings, because I thought that in the water it was gonna be like skating on ice with little grip. It's really surprising me. I already imagined that they would work very well on dry ground, but in these conditions with so much mud and so much rain, you probably can't see on camera, but I'm soaked. The tire still grips with low pressure, it still grips. But on the rear, you have to keep your butt firmly on the saddle when you go uphill, because it's easy for it to slip and lose traction. But wow, it's cool. This tire performs well due to its rubber content, especially at low pressures. Just to give you an idea, 18 psi for my 70 kilos gear included on ground as wet as Girona's. It worked extremely well. It had great grip, I didn't need more tread, and the tire was still very fast rolling. Now then, where have the nuances been noticed of pushing this tire beyond its comfort zone? Here on the Costa Blanca, the terrain is much more clayey, so when it rains, mud sticks to the tire. Unlike in Girona, where it comes off.
When things get clayey, this Hutchinson doesn't work so well anymore.
And there it creates a very thick layer where a high knob would help you, but here you're basically skating on ice. Well, everything was laughs until I hit the flat tire.
A lot of rocks around here, a lot of rocks.
17.
Do you want more?
Put in more, man. Come on, we got a flat. I got a flat. It's nothing. We're already fixing it.
19.
Put in 20. 10 or 20? Which one's the latest? Do you tell it the amount?
The latest. Yes, that's the biggest
How is it improved? The first one I got didn't inflate.
one. The first one is the small one, and this is the big one. This one inflates up to 8.5 kilos of bars.
The first one on a mountain bike would run out of battery, and on the road, it didn't have enough power.
I have the small one, I have it too.
The small one is good for mountain biking since little inflation is needed, but for road cycling.
300 grams, but well, half of, but it's fine.
Damn.
A busted rim? No, but the rim got taken too, huh? Yeah, man, I'm just used to gravel riding in Girona.
You're really low on air.
Those bastards are laughing at me.
Oh, what madness.
But I have to say that for a relatively humid area with a substrate that maintains homogeneity well, despite the rain, for that type of terrain and especially for dry terrain, it's an incredible tire. I loved it. I really loved it. Probably one of the most complete I've found so far in 2.40. What percentage does this one reach? I knew it had a lot, but not how much. At the moment, we're at 17%. Let's get it running. 51 from the Shimano cassette. 23%. That's it for this new weekly format. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave me a big like. Also, please leave a comment. What things do you think we could add to this type of format, or what topics would you like us to discuss here? And that's it. I'll see you very soon with new things. I have some news to share with you soon. New formats as well beyond this weekly one. Anyway, be very happy. Bye bye.